You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
We kick off our 11 minutes of nonstop news with breaking news in Lithia Springs.
Ariana Manise has the latest on the shooting involving a Cobb County officer. Ariana?
The scene remains active this morning. Multiple police agencies, they've been here since 12 a.m. I'm going to step out to give you a better look at what we're seeing out here on Thornton Road. Cobb County as well as Douglas County Police, they have Thornton Road blocked off in both directions, and you can see the GBI. They're still in the middle of their investigation as they continue to investigate the scene, which ended in the middle of the street. Now, we also have video from when we first arrived hours ago. Cobb County Police, they tell us this call initially came in as a domestic dispute just before 12 a.m. The scene ended here near Maxim and Thornton Road, and we're learning that one officer was involved and one suspect was shot. Cobb County PD tell us no officers were injured. And the gray vehicle you see in this video, we have seen GBI officials really focus on this vehicle. They're walking around the car, taking pictures inside, and at this time it's still unclear exactly what happened leading up to this situation. But we did speak to a witness who tells us that he heard multiple gunshots before seeing what he called a pit maneuver. Now, we're going to remain out here all morning as we continue to work to get more information as the GBI, Cobb County, and Douglas County Police, they remain here on the scene. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. Hours from now, lawmakers will gather at the state capitol to call for a special session to address gun violence in Georgia. It comes 1 week after the shooting inside Northside Medical Midtown. One woman, Amy St. Pierre, was killed and 4 other women were shot and sent to the hospital. We did reach out to the governor's office to see if he is considering a special session. We'll let you know when we hear back. More heartbreaking violence involving youth in our community continues.
We are learning more this morning about a 17-year-old boy who was shot as he was driving into Cobb County. Police say it happened near the Chevron on South Stone Mountain, Lithonia. This morning, the boy is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. He says somebody he did not know shot at his car.
Vice President Kamala Harris heading to Atlanta this week. The White House says the VP will be in town Friday for 2 events, including the Spring Soiree hosted by the Democratic Party of Georgia.
The Georgia Bulldogs will not be going to the White House to celebrate their 2nd straight national championship win. They say the timing doesn't work out well. The White House invited the Dogs to be part of the College Athlete Day on June 12th. And that was a look at your Wednesday morning headlines.
Welcome to the Pick of the Week, Chesley.
Yes, indeed. Here it is. Yeah, it's going to be a nice day for us. Got a few clouds over the city right now, but those clouds will break up most areas, seeing mostly sunny skies starting off this morning as the sun is starting to rise, and a pleasant morning as well. Not as muggy as we felt just yesterday, thanks to a front that has moved through the area now down to the south of us, and so it's going to be refreshing this afternoon. Temperatures are in the 60s, right where we were yesterday, but it feels a little bit different out there. 65 degrees in Stockbridge and up toward Forest Park, 63 degrees right now in Conyers. You're looking at 59 degrees in Noonan, 60 in Peachtree City, 61 degrees in Dallas, 61 also in Powder Springs, Atworth the same, 63 degrees in Mapleton in southern Cobb County, 66 Tucker, 63 degrees Roswell, 68 degrees right now in downtown Atlanta, one of the warm spots at least for this morning. It will be a warm afternoon. I'm thinking the short sleeves for today. 84 degrees will be your afternoon high temperature. That's above our average for this time of year, but it won't feel as warm, right? Because lower humidity that's around the area, drier air working into our area and will be with us for much of the day. I'm thinking at least through early afternoon, we're going to see mostly sunny skies. Going to feel pretty nice, but you see the clouds and the rain back off to the west of us. That's where it's going to stay. Now, we will see with the daytime heating, a couple thunderstorms begin to fire up, and some of those could drift into our westernmost counties before they break up. We'll see how that manifests. For the most part, we're going to be on the dry side. Starting off with winds this morning out of the northeast. Should change to more easterly once we get into the afternoon. And so, again, refreshing for today. There it is. Look at that drier air that's over our area. That's indicated by this dark blue here. You can see the moist air back off to the west of us. That's where we'll have most of the thunderstorms. Now, that moist air will start to make its way back toward us by tonight and tomorrow. We'll see it in the form of clouds first, and then we'll have a better chance for some rain coming to us as we head into Friday. 30% chance for that rain, as a matter of fact, and then we'll hold on to a low threat through the upcoming weekend. Here's how it plays out. Forecast track model. You can follow along with you at the time right there at the top of the screen. Shows the clear skies through early afternoon. Then more of those clouds start to bubble in after about 4 or 5 o'clock. For the most part, we're going to be dry. An isolated shower, certainly we can't rule it out. We'll be watching what's taking place back off here to the west to see if anything happens to drift into our area. But for the most part, it's the clouds that will increase. We're going to hold on to those clouds for Thursday, and then by Friday, looking at a 30% chance for the rain. And look at the temperatures for Mom's Day weekend, closer to 90 degrees both Saturday and Sunday, with a 20% chance for showers during the afternoon.
I'm Molly Oak. A big drop in tax revenue has people questioning the future of the state's surplus checks. When we say drop, we mean more than 16% decrease, a nearly $840 million difference than last year. 11 Alive's financial expert says while the number sounds alarming, there's no need to panic just yet, explaining more money comes into the economy in the summer months, meaning numbers could change. Now, asked that $250 to $500 tax rebate, he says it's too soon to tell if lawmakers will send out another round of rebates next year. Guys.
Thanks, Molly. Atlanta is a city in a forest. This morning, there are serious questions, though, about safety standards for people working in the tree service industry.
It comes after the death of a Cobb County man who was part of a crew removing a tree from a yard. David Hernandez died just hours after that tree cutting accident last month. After getting caught up in limbs, we're told the homeowner helped free him, but then an investigation shows it took the supervisor several hours to call 911. By the time that happened, Christy Bryan says Hernandez had stopped breathing.
How about the 4 hours on the job that you chose not to call 911? It's unexcusable in my mind. Had they just had the minimums that's required according to OSHA and industry standards, David would be alive today.
Cobb County has not released the medical examiner's report yet on the death of Hernandez.
Title 42 is expected to expire tomorrow. After your 11 minutes of nonstop news, the Today Show picks up coverage on how the country's preparing for an increase in migrants. Tom Yamas has a preview.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom Yamas here in Juarez, Mexico, right on the border with El Paso. We continue our coverage as Title 42 is about to expire. This area right here, hundreds if not 1,000 migrants, many of them families, waiting in 90-degree heat, hoping that their number will be called to enter an actual unofficial entry point there and be processed. We've been in El Paso, we've been in Juarez, hearing absolutely horrible stories of people who've crossed through, and now they're very confused about what's going to happen and what's going to happen in their future with Title 42 expiring. We'll have all that, much more, coming up on the Today Show.
This morning, frustration keeps growing for people in DeKalb County. They're looking for some relief from an awful smell they say is coming from the Seminole landfill in Ellenwood. A DeKalb County spokesperson says there is a plan to take care of that smell. They plan to close it, plant grass over it, but then the county will dig a new one 500 feet away. In less than 2 hours, Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitts will update us on the state of Fulton County. He says healthcare will be a huge topic today and gave us a preview of some new resources for mental health he plans to unveil.
We have a new facility that we're going to be utilizing. We'll have a mobile unit that we're going to be working with, and thanks to the state of Georgia, who's helping us with some funding.
He also says he will unveil a new crisis center and mobile app too. We'll have more coming up on 11 Alive News at noon. Chesley.
Thanks a lot, Aisha. We're looking at temperatures by noon getting closer to the 80-degree mark. 79 as a matter of fact, under mostly sunny skies. Not bad at all. A little easterly breeze, about 3 miles per hour. We're going up to about 84 degrees for an afternoon high. By the time we get to 4 o'clock, I think we'll see a few more clouds bubbling in, but not looking for much in the way of rainfall coming out of those clouds. Could be an isolated shower or two, but it's a very low threat for that. By 6 o'clock, looking at partly sunny skies, temperatures right around 83 degrees, going out to the ballpark to root on the Braves tonight. Know that we'll be comfortable out there. So wear your short sleeve jersey and root on your Braves.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a little bit of a busy morning, especially for you with that breaking news going into traffic.
Yeah, we'll have another update 7:26, but right now, got to loosen the tie.
There you go. All right, we'll keep updating all the news we're following for you on 11alive.com. Enjoy that beautiful pick of the week out there. Today's show coming up next, and we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody.